Terry the supermarket shopping trolley. There were 3 children. Harry, who was aged 10, and up for anything, especially for a lark, especially for a joke and fun. And his older sister Jeanie, who was much, much more sensible, 12-year-old sister Jeanie. They had a brother, Mike, who was 4 years old. Their brother Mike was 4 years old. These 3 children lived near a supermarket, and not far from the children there was an empty house, which was a horrible place because silly people kept dumping all sorts of rubbish there, and it was a dangerous place to be. It was a bad place to be, very dirty and smelly also. And Terry the shopping trolley, all day long, was kept busy with people putting shopping into him and taking the shopping out again, putting the shopping into him and taking the shopping away again. Sometimes people didn't put him back where he belonged, and once old Ben, the man who looked after the shopping trolleys, had to go all the way right to the edge, outside edge of the supermarket to bring him back again. Terry the shopping trolley didn't like it when that happened, but he wondered what was down the road and around the corner. What was down the next road and around the other corners? One day, he didn't quite know how it happened. The 3 children, Jeanie, Harry and Mike, were all with him, and he was whizzing down the road. He was whizzing down the road, being pushed by 10-year-old Harry, up for anything, up for a joke. He thought it was great fun. And inside the trolley was his little brother Mike, 4 years old. And Mike was singing, "The wheels on the trolley go round and round, round and round." By their side, running by the side, was their sister Jeanie, 12 years old, who was much, much more. "You can't do this. This is very wrong, Harry. You can't. Very wrong to go stealing supermarket shopping trolleys. You can't do this. This is very, very silly." But Harry kept dodging out of Jeanie's way as she tried to grab him. He just dodged out her way, and they passed by some adults who just looked and did nothing. The adults didn't stop them at all, And then, all of a sudden, little Mike, who was being pushed along by his brother in a shopping trolley, said, Oh, Harry, I'm hungry now. Can we go home for tea?" So right away, Harry picked him up and put him on the ground, and Jeanie said, "What are we going to do with this stupid shopping trolley? What are we going to do? We can't just leave it here. We'll get told off." And Harry said, "Let's just leave it round the back of the old empty house. Just let's leave it round the back of the old empty house." And Jeanie said again, "Oh, a stupid shopping trolley. Oh, all right." And they did. They left it at the back of the house, which was a horrible place, and went running home for their tea. And Terry the shopping trolley had never had so much excitement. He just loved being with the children. He thought that was wonderful and so exciting. And he saw what was down the street and round the corner and round the next corner. But now the children had gone, and it was getting dark. And he didn't like being called a stupid shopping trolley. He didn't like that at all. And he didn't know how to get back to his home in the supermarket. And he was very upset. At home, the children, yes, Jeanie told Mum and Dad what Harry had done. And Mum and Dad said, "That was a very bad thing to do, Harry, stealing a supermarket shopping trolley. That's a very silly thing to do. And empty houses are dangerous places. You mustn't go to places like that. Anything could happen to you." before we have tea, as soon as possible, we are going to that old empty house. We are going to get the supermarket shopping trolley and we're going to take it back where it belongs, right now. And they did. Mum and Dad took Mike and Jeannie and Harry back to the back of the empty house where Terry the shopping trolley had been dumped. And they took him back to the supermarket. And Terry was so pleased to be back where he wanted to be, with the trolleys neatly stacked in front of him, behind him, at the side. The old shopping trolley with creaky, squeaky wheels said, "We've been very, very busy. We've been very, very busy, Terry. You shouldn't have been running away like that. That was a naughty thing to do." Terry said, "Yes, yes." But he thought, "Ah, yes, I've been down the street. I've seen what is on the other side and round the corner, and I have seen what is on the other side." And you know what? He really did. Thank you for listening to that one.